what is the cost of waiting for nearly perfect autonomous vehicles? This question is important because while the capabilities of autonomous vehicles and their safety relative to conventional vehicles are increasing, there's a very vigorous debate about how safe they really are and how safe they should be before they are allowed on the road. While clearly they would save lives once they are just slightly safer than human drivers, there are a variety of reasons why imperfect autonomous vehicles may be less welcome on the road than clearly imperfect human drivers. So the question becomes, how safe should they be? One way to think about this question is to think about what is the cost of waiting for nearly perfect autonomous vehicles in terms of lives saved. To address this study, RAND researchers turned to RDM. They first developed an exploratory model that aggregates what industry regulators and observers know about the uncertain factors that affect vehicle miles traveled over time and the uncertain factors that affect vehicle fatality rates over time for conventional vehicles and autonomous vehicles. The RAND model of autonomous vehicle safety, or MAVS, then combines different estimates of these factors with specifications of different autonomous vehicle adoption policies to estimate fatalities over time. They then use this model to evaluate over 500 plausible futures in terms of how fatalities would differ between a policy that allows autonomous vehicles on the road once they are only 10% safer than conventional vehicles and a policy that requires them to be more perfect, or in this case 75% safer than conventional vehicles. This graph shows the results of the policy evaluations. Along the vertical axis is the difference in fatalities between the early adoption policy, Improve 10, and the delayed adoption policy, Improve 75. A result that is higher on this graph is one in which more lives would be saved by earlier adoption. Along the horizontal axis is one uncertain variable, the years until full diffusion for the earlier adoption policy case. This graph shows that there is clearly a relationship between this one uncertainty and the difference in fatalities. The sooner autonomous vehicles are adopted, even if they're only a little bit more safe, the more lives would be saved. However, this variable doesn't fully explain when the delayed adoption, Improve 75, is better. These results are represented by the red dots and correspond to a wide range of values along the x-axis. Let me now show you a tool that we use to identify which of the key uncertain drivers were those that lead a policy requiring more perfect autonomous vehicles to actually save more lives than that one that only required autonomous vehicles to be slightly better than human drivers.